Well, Senator McCain, after that, thank you so much for coming to Cleveland. It's great to see you in person. One of the issues that has attracted me to your campaign over any of your Republican challengers is the issue of free trade, international globalization. You right now are standing in perhaps the most anti-trade, pro-protectionist county in the United States of America. So, with all due respect to my neighbors, my question for you, when you are the next president, you will face a strong tide of anti-globalization sentiment from a Democratic Congress. What will you do to change the narrative and to convince people in Northeast Ohio that perhaps their hesitance to embrace the global economy has caused the slower economy here than created it?
This meeting is adjourned. It's in some ways analogous to healthcare in this respect, that people think that the problem with healthcare in America is the quality of healthcare. The problem is the affordability. I believe that the problem with free trade is not that we have free trade, because I believe in free trade, and I know I have history on my side. My friends, I study history. I study it all the time. And every time this country is enact protectionism and isolationism, we'd paid a very heavy price, including world wars. So I feel very strongly. But where we have failed, and failed miserably, and the reason why justifiably the people in this county and this state and the heartland of America and Michigan and Illinois and Pennsylvania and all the places where we've had this mass exodus of manufacturing jobs, is that we have failed to give the worker another chance. We have failed miserably to give education and training to workers so that they can come here and work at the Cleveland Clinic, so that they can work in the information technology revolution. Do you know that there's 1.3 million people in the world today that make a living off eBay? Do you know that there is that number 10 years ago was minuscule compared to what it is today? Do you know that U.S. Steel just said they're going to open a location in one of the poorest counties in America, in Wilcox, Alabama, are looking for trained workers, trained and educated workers? We've got to give these workers a second chance. The present programs for displaced workers, as a result of trade or any other reason, are failed miserably. They were designed for the 1950s. And they were designed for a time in America's history with an economic downturn here in Ohio. People would be laid off, the economy would come back, and they'd go back to the old jobs. The old jobs aren't coming back. It's the new jobs, it's the green technologies. If there's a challenge we have in America today, it's to develop these technologies which will eliminate our dependence on foreign oil. That should be a huge job opportunity. And yet, we don't have anything near. We don't have anything near the kind of education and training programs. Where's the best place we can go to educate and train displaced workers? It's the community colleges. And here in Ohio, we have great community colleges. They should be the ones that we say, here's the funding, here's the local needs of the economy, here's what we need, the kind of workers we need to supply to fill it. There's no reason why people should have to leave this beautiful state in order to go get a job someplace else. If they want to leave, fine. But it shouldn't be because of job opportunities. So I want to assure you that what I'll tell them is that I believe in free trade, and I could make an argument that trade is free. I will also tighten up on some of the abuses. The next time a toy comes in the United States from China that's going to poison our children, that'll be the last toy from China that comes into the United States of America. And when there's a blood thinner, that is actually taking lives of people, apparently from evidence that has been compiled, that'll be the last time. So we obviously have to make sure that there are no imbalances in the free trade regimen. But I believe that if you raise barriers to goods and services, you do two things. One, you harm our economy, but two, you kind of show a little bit of disrespect for the American worker, because I believe the American worker is the best trained, best equipped, most intelligent, hardest working person in the world, and we can compete anywhere with any worker as long as there is a opportunity and you have a trained and equipped workforce. Thank you very much. I look forward to that debate continuing on, and I understand the frustration. I understand the frustration. It's terrible here in the heartland